Well, everybody's always fascinated with the BMF story, Big Meech. And recently, I did a story about this a few weeks ago. Bleu Davinci has been called, someone's trying to call him a snitch, and he's not. I mean, when you look at the facts, he did a radio interview. I think this was recently. I might be old, but I just listened to it again now, where he describes cooperating, but not in a rap manner, just cooperating in the sense that, they got a few things on him through other people snitching, and it was better for him to admit to his wrongdoing versus going to trial and maybe risking getting a lot of time. So he broke down his whole case, and we'll get this into here. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to run ads in the channel, it's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. So, whenever there's like a lot of people were involved in this crime family, and I only know from what I see, on all these documentaries and everything, but there was a lot of people involved. Of course, they did this kingpin status on Big Meech, and he went to jail for a long time. So under him was like a ton of people. You don't make so much money without a huge network of people, and some of those people became snitches. Some of them did, and some of them, Bleu Davinci was mostly in the artist of it. Like, they were trying to go legit with music and everything, and he was an artist. He was younger, had no offenses, but eventually he got tied into it later, and he said they tried to backdate all my stuff, where I got indicted and I had to face all this, because somebody brought my name up. And he said, my house was one of the houses that were listed of interest but didn't get rated, and that helped me in court. And they also, me not having any offenses, helped me in court. And eventually I had to admit to what they were accusing me of. So that's cooperating, meaning I didn't fight it and go to court and fight it out. I took a deal, basically, or admitted to what they said I was doing, so I didn't get any more years. Because if you fight it, they can just add more stuff in, and because you fought it, they'll give you more years. This wasn't a state case; it was a Fed case, so it was very serious. So he said he got a safety valve, meaning he's a first-time offender, and a lot of people are, he said cooperating mean I admitted to everything I'm doing. It's not true. And then he said they charged me with one count of conspiracy, which carries a mandatory of 10 years in prison, but he was able to get that reduced to a 30, safety valve, another 2-point. You got a 2-point reduction. You got all these reduction points. Now, it was all he say, she say. They didn't catch him. I think they caught him with some money or something, and that's what they were trying to hold him on. But they didn't catch him with any drugs or anything. It was people hearsay, she say. They tried to. He said they tried to bring up some party he had in 2003, and it hurt him because family and friends were at some party, and someone said he received so many drugs at that party. And when the judge found out that they didn't do a raid on his house or find anything, then it reduced his time more, and they removed the gun charges and everything else because they didn't have everything. And then he ended up with 87 months. So what was that, 5 years or something like that, But there's somebody out here trying to paint him as a snitch for some reason. I guess it just to make headline. I don't know, man. This was so long ago at this point. It's and plus, I don't know. I don't see what there was a different time 10 years ago where this stuff was really wow. Now it's rap's changed, everything's changed. It's weird. So I guess he said he keeps talking about a safety valve. I guess that's because he was a first-time offender or something. But hey, what did it say? When you don't have a criminal history, it's called a safety valve. Yeah, so he didn't have a criminal history, so that's why he got let off a little lighter. But I guess because he got out before everybody else, people tried to paint him as a snitch. But nah, you would know. There would be paperwork, like people, there's paperwork on people that cooperate and tell on other people. He just cooperated and basically admitted, told on himself, basically just not even that, just admitting to what they were charging him with. And he said, I wasn't even guilty of what they were charging me with, but it's better than going to fight it and getting more time, you know? Anyways, Bleu Davinci, I think he's part of a rental car company now, like renting exotics in Miami. So he's doing pretty good. But anyways, this is Jordan Tower, JT News. Hit that bell, hit the subscribe button. Can't wait for the 50 Cent BMF story to come out. We'll see if that ever happens. I mean, I'm still skeptical that it's going to happen. I mean, that would take a lot of work. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower, JT News. Hit that bell, hit the subscribe button. I'll check you guys later.